Hello, everyone. This is Charles and William. Started the discussion, and the topic is walk a mile in their shoes. And how do William and I adapt to this environment? And he mentioned a very important thing. We have a spiritual understanding that we can draw on these parables to understand how we're walking this stage of life. One of the ones that William and I realized is that when Jesus sent out the disciples, they sent them out two by two. And that was one of the very first stories he and I connected on. What you got on that, William?
I had a hard time hearing that beginning part.
Okay, Jesus sent us out two by two. You and I came over here and we recognized that we were the only two like this over here. We're in recovery, going through the same thing. And so we relate to our lifestyles right now through biblical parables,
Yes,
like um, the Moses parable. Remember, we were talking about that. The
yes.
Moses parable. Use what's in your hand. Go on that one. That's a good one.
Well,
That's a real good one.
that is a good one. You know, you have to use what's in your hand, and what was in our hands was having the relationship with God. Um, because you're going to face obstacles. We were talking about when they sent the 12 spies out to go spy out the land
Oh
of milk
yeah.
and honey in the
Right,
Bible.
right.
They sent 12 spies out to go spy out the land that God promised them. This was after they left Israel, Egypt. And 10 of the spies went and came back with a bad report saying that there was milk and honey, there was all kinds of the things, the fruits, the land flowed with riches, but there were giants in the land, and that they couldn't go there because they would be swallowed up by the giants in the land. But only two of those 12 spies, Caleb and Joshua, came back and said, yes, the land flows with milk and honey, as God said, but we're well able to overtake the giants that are in the land. Transition that to the Philippines. This is a land that has a lot to offer, but there are obstacles or so called giants here.
Hmm.
So you have to have the right mentality to overcome the obstacles that are here. Basically, you got to be like Joshua and Caleb said, you got to have strength that to me comes from God to overcome the obstacles that are here. And they are here, whether it's relationship, whether it's financial, whether it's culture. There are a lot of obstacles to an expat. You, are you going to be able to overcome them obstacles? Is the question.
Absolutely, William. Very well put. Because when we were talking about this, I looked at several things that I had to face. Number one, I wasn't going to get married, but I noticed God sent me what I needed because He sent me Wang, and I was like, boy, this just like Mary going to help Jesus. That's how I took that. And then when we got on this YouTube thing, and I'm saying, how am I going to get this all these people on here? And God say, you come this far, and I'm going to send you up on YouTube, and YouTube is my land. Okay. And so I had to lean into that. I had to lean into all of my recovery and my faith and belief in God and all the stuff you and I have been through. We've been through it. You know what I say? The only way you can appreciate heaven, you've had to walk through hell. And that's what you and I have done. We've The only way you can appreciate heaven is you have to walk through hell. And you
I,
and
I
I have done that.
agree. I think that, and you and I were talking a little bit off camera about the relationship aspect of the Philippines, which is, let's face it, a lot of guys say they come over here for a lot of reasons. But one of the greatest reasons that guys come over here is for the beautiful women. This is one of the natural resources of the Philippines is they have a lot of attractive, beautiful women that are single. And if you're going to get in a relationship with a woman that's, let's face it, in my case, half your age, you're going to have to learn a whole new way of navigating relationship responsibility, especially if they have a
True.
child. You're going to have to be daddy all over again. You're going to have to be that, even though it's a relationship, you're still in teaching mode because that woman's half your age. And so we were talking about, I had to humble myself, and I'm married now for almost 2 years. I had to humble myself to walk in that woman's shoes to understand her background, to understand where she was coming from in the relationship. So it's a lot of humility, because the only way that you can see somebody else's point of view is to walk a mile in their shoes. And
Yep.
once I did that,
Yep.
the relationship got much better because I was starting to see the relationship from a 34-year-old woman's point of view with a 69-year-old man. It's a whole different animal. So not only are we going to have to be able to see it from our point of view, the guy in his golden years, but we got to look at it from the woman who you're getting a relationship point of view, being the younger woman with you, the grumpy old guy that's coming from the United States. Got to leave that guy in the U.S.
William, you and I never grumpy. Come on now. We have that gratitude because we know where we came from, and it's, nothing here bothers me. Nothing.
I would
Nothing.
say that
After what
in our case, it's not the grumpy old guy, and I've seen some grumpy old guys over here. But I would say in our case, we had to change our mindset. Because when you get our age, Charles, you can get set in your ways. And I think that what I had to do was learn to be like clay. I had to be moldable. And I had a better time here when I became like clay, where I could be moldable and changeable and adapt.
that goes back to our spiritual training about being humble. Oh my God, that's you. That comes from our religious background and from recovery because that first step is about humility. You don't know everything. You got to be always be teachable. Uh, it's a whole lot to that first step in recovery. Woo. But
Yeah,
I'm glad I learned it. It helps me every day because I know I don't know everything,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
reach out to people that have been through what I'm going through. Come here, Raiden. Come here. Come here. Come here, boy. Come here. Come here. Come here. This is what I'm dealing with right now. You know, my housekeeper. This is my housekeeper. So tell them hi. Tell them hi. Say hi. Okay, go ahead, man.
Hola.
So when he's out of school, Wayne brings him with her, and I have to adjust. I have to adjust because it's like,
Yeah,
I can get so focused. It was like right now, it's like normally I would that would bother me. So now I have to fold it in to what I'm doing. William, this has been a great conversation. This has been a great conversation. If you hold on a minute.